Why did you start your business? Was it so you could create a job that you work 70 hours a week and, pay yourself a ridiculously small wage? I mean, if you're currently one of those business owners that, like me, I was that guy who was working, even when it was really slow, I'm working 55 hours a week roughly. And then as the business grew and we got busier, I found myself working 60, 70, 75 hours a week. That was nothing. I mean, I worked Monday through Saturday and probably ran a couple calls on Sunday. Even though I was in so much pain on Sunday, I would sit down for a few minutes and my bones just ached from just working my ass off for so long during the week, pushing myself beyond the limit that anyone should have to push themselves. But I was determined. I was determined that I was going to make this business a success, and I think that that's what it takes. I feel like that's what it took. I don't think I went about it the smartest way or the easiest way, but I've learned from that. And about 7 months ago, I decided I'm done. I don't want to work in the field anymore. I just made the decision, and that was a really, really difficult decision to make. So I found myself constantly for a year prior to that, anytime something would get tough within the office or there was something that I didn't want to really deal with, I'd just jump in a van and take off and go do a service call. Or I'd jump in a van, I got to go help on this install. I did that to get out of the office because I was uncomfortable. That was not in my comfort zone. Ultimately, I was making myself extremely miserable. There was this internal battle that was constantly happening, that I knew what I wanted, but I couldn't force myself to do it. I was always taking the easy route out. But finally I just came to a point where I just had enough. The pain of continuing my path was far greater than the pain of change. And that was the difference. Changing was going to be easier at that point for me. So I made a change. But I want to talk to you about a few things you should consider when you get ready to make that transition, whatever that transition is in your business. So the first thing you've got to be clear about is, what do you want? What do you personally want? What do you want? How much money do you want to make? How much time do you want off? How much time do you want to spend with your family? How many hours are you going to work once this transition happens? And you've got to get really crystal clear about that. So you've got to figure out what you want. And a question I always ask myself is, what will the business look like? And I fast forward that 5 years from now. What's my business going to look like in 5 years? What's our total revenue? What are the systems and processes that are going to be in place for us to operate at that level? Because the revenue is going to be 3 times what it is right now, possibly. And if that's what I'm shooting for and that's where I want to go and take the business, then I need to figure out how a business that big operates. And then start chipping away at those little things and make sure that I am implementing and adding the necessary things that the business has to have to operate and look like that in 5 years. But that's a lot. A lot of people have written about that, and I truly believe in that. You've got to look and see, where do you want to go, and start acting like that business is going to act. You're going to become a different person. The business is going to become an entirely different organization. And you've got to start making the steps to get there, to change the way you do business and the way you operate personally. But that's something I ask myself all the time. What's the business going to look like? When it comes to not wanting to change roles, because it's such a difficult thing, and you're trying to move the business forward, but your mind just, with this turmoil, this battle that's going on, and makes you want to keep just jumping in a van or doing this activity that is not going to get you what you want. So a lot of times what comes to the surface is some excuses. So for instance, I want to take my marketing to another level. And I kept waiting. This is a good example here just recently. I want my marketing to a whole nother level, and I keep thinking I need somebody. I'm not a technology guru, you know. Yeah, I can record videos and throw them up on YouTube. I figured that out. And that's the thing, is that was just a barrier for me. So the things that I want to do in marketing, the more I dug down deep into it and just focused on it, I find that it's simple. It's easier. It's going to be a lot easier than doing what we're doing right now. For me to record a video and put it on YouTube, that's whole next level shit. I don't even need to do that to up my marketing. So, and I'll talk to you later in a later video about that, but about what we're doing. But what you're going to find is that you start telling stories to yourself about why you can't do it. And that was me. I was constantly thinking, I just cannot find somebody to help me do this. And what I'm really saying is I want them to do it for me. And I finally dropped the bullshit story and decided I'm just going to do it myself. And that has brought a sense of clarity and a sense of focus like I haven't had in a long time. So whatever the situation is, you know, whether that be I can't get this program because I don't have the money that we need to take the business to the next level, I don't have the right people, whatever your excuse is, stop making excuses. And you know, you can wait for 2 or 3 years for that right guy, that superstar, to walk through the door, or you can go out and find somebody today. So there's somebody out there that wants a job. Go find them, bring them into your organization, and train them. That's simple. That way, you're not waiting for 2 years for somebody to walk through your door. You've already got somebody in place, and in 2 years, you can make them a freaking superstar. The time's going to pass. If you want to move up and change your roles within the company, you're going to have to take some steps, some scary freaking steps. I know every time we make a move within the business, it scares the hell out of me. I wonder, where's the money going to come from? We're going to need 2 more vehicles. We need a bigger building, you know? And the bottom line is, you got to just do it anyways. Feel the fear and do it anyways. That's a good book, if you guys ever read that book. So I feel the fear all the time, but I don't give a shit. I do it anyways. And that's the reason. Look, you've already taken a risk starting your own business. You took a leap of faith to do this. So if you're going to take this leap of faith, how big of a leap of faith is it to go buy another vehicle? What is that? $250 or $350 payment a month? Buy a used vehicle. You don't have to fucking buy a new one. So you've already taken this risk. Just do it, you know? Don't be afraid. If you're going to ever take your company to another level, you're going to have to take some risk. You know, be smart about the risk. Don't be stupid. Don't go buy 6 vehicles at once and get yourself in debt, and you may not have the business to cover the payment for all those vehicles. But one, you know, that's the difference. I mean, in 5 years, if my company's got 35 guys in the field rolling, I can buy 1 vehicle today. I can buy 1 vehicle and get a trained technician in there. Or I'm going to bring a guy in, train him, and then get him a vehicle. Whatever the thing. I'm just saying, guys. Stop making excuses. If you want to keep settling for where you're at and being miserable, then shut this off. You know, I don't even know why you're watching this, because you want to keep making bullshit excuses. You could do that. You know, there's no need to learn anything else because you know it all. So, but if you want to go to the next level and stop settling, ask yourself these questions. Who do I need to become? Obviously, we talked about that. I mean, a $5 million company is going to operate completely different than a $1 million company. So what does that guy need to know? He probably needs to be a pretty damn good leader. He needs to know a thing or two about numbers. His systems and processes are already in place if he's up to $5 million. So all these little things, he's got an in-house accountant. He's got that's what these companies at this level, they have certain things. So you've got to start working to attain the things that company's doing. You don't got to reinvent the wheel. You just copy what they're doing. So, but when you're talking about a role change, this is what's so scary. You settle for where you're at because this is what you're scared of. You're scared of changing. And when you do change, oftentimes you're going to lose your identity. That's what happened to me. I didn't know what the hell to do. I've never played business owner role. Sure, the guys call me boss man and stuff, and that's great, and I love my guys, but I've never been an actual boss. I'm a coworker. I literally coworker. I'm right next to them. I'm picking up calls on the weekends. I'm coming out late at night. I'm doing whatever. But I just finally, after 20 years, I'd had enough. So I decided I'm going to quit settling. But it was tough to get to that point. So that's why I'm trying to help some of you guys out there that might be to this point or are close to this point. You're going to need help with this transition. It's difficult, to say the least. It's difficult. So I lost my identity. I fell in a slump. I felt like shit for 3-4 months. Felt like I didn't know what to do. I'm gonna stay at the office all day. I didn't know what to freaking do all day long. And the reason for that was I just didn't have any focus. I didn't get clear on these questions. If I would have been clear on this question, I would have determined exactly what I needed to do and got busy doing it. So think about this, guys. Before you make this role change, answer a few of these questions. Ask questions of yourself. So in order to minimize the effects of this lost identity and this slump of feeling like you're lost, you don't know exactly what you're supposed to do anymore for the company. Because you put people in place and you keep handing off and delegating, and sooner or later you don't have as much stuff to do. Your normal roles and activities are completely different than what they used to be. So minimize that feeling and that slump, and minimize the time lost between these role changes by being clear. Be clear about what your new job's gonna be. What are you gonna focus on? And that's why I've got focus right here. Being focused will help you minimize the damage from yourself and your mental, what's going on inside your head, this war, by getting clear about where you want to go and how you're going to get there. So I want to talk a little bit. That's pretty much all I had, guys. Just stop settling. If you want more, stop settling. Stop making excuses and go do it. Whatever it is you need to do. So I stopped settling. I've not been in the field for probably July. I went and ran, last July I ran about 12 service calls and it was spread out over a 2-week period where it was just our first initial slam of the summer. So I did that, and after I got finished with that, I was like, nope, I'm not doing it again. So this summer, hold me accountable. It's not going to happen. I will not do it. So I've got people in place that can take care of that. If they have questions or get stuck, that's what I'm here for. That's my job. So, but I want to turn you on to something that I found, and you may have seen him on, where I found his videos and stuff was on Facebook. So his name's Garrett J. White. He's the founder of Wake Up Warrior. And to start off and just to see if there's anything like that you want to just check him out and see if you like what he's talking about, because with him on a lot of subjects, I just feel like he's talking right to me. So check out his podcast. It's free on iTunes, and subscribe to it. It's called Warrior on Fire. Really good stuff. So, but I recently bought, I've been following Garrett for probably I clicked a paid advertisement on Facebook, and I started following him for probably about 7 months, I'm guessing. And every time there'd be a new video up there, and I'd watch the video. Their movies are done very well, so it's very intriguing. So, and I knew that I'd been searching for something for a long time, searching to change my life and to make me get more focused on the things that I needed to do to take me to another level and to stop being miserable in my current position in my company. So, and to make more money. I mean, come on, that's what we're here for. So I went ahead and purchased the Warrior Book. So you can go to warriorbook.com. Oh, my phone, sorry guys. You can go to warriorbook.com and check into that and go ahead and I highly recommend it, guys. It's a program that I'm telling you, it's going to help you out. So check into it. If you like it, cool. If not, some of the teachings I'm sure are going to come across in some of my videos. So it's great stuff. If you haven't checked out my book yet, Go Make Money, be sure to go to Amazon and check that out. My other book is going to be called Busyness to Business. And basically it's 18 principles about how you can design the business that you wanted to create. Not the business that you may be in right now, but the business that you want to create. So lots of stories, and it's far longer than my first book. I know that one was short. But this one I think you'll really enjoy. So it won't be long. I'm putting a deadline on myself. I'm going to try by the end of March to figure out how I can get it. You can get a physical copy of the book and also the ebook version. So, and it'll probably be on Amazon as well. But make sure to subscribe to my page if you like this video. I hope that I spoke to some of you guys. I hope that you know, I want to stop your pain. Stop hurting, you know. Stop your pain, move on forward in your business, and make a difference in your life and your family's life. So thanks, guys. Be sure to subscribe and like, comment below. Go make money.